Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Imperator Egypt, our Ptolemaic playthrough, and this episode will be a gameplay episode. Last one was not, and I do hopefully think it was labeled as such. Okay, you're going to come back here. Now, I didn't record. I just wanted to sort of play ahead a bit and see how things worked out, and they didn't work out well. And just talking to my friend, the new IKB, and he reminded me about this here, that they did have this canal dug, and it is here in the game, that would then connect for, I don't know if triremes can get through to here or not. They might be able to. We will see about that into the Red Sea, because it went through here over into one of the Nile strands and then that way. Don't know how big of ships or trading that does. So we're also going to split up some of this army here. Because it's just a little too big for the supplies, and we don't quite need. So, Ptolemy's army is going to go start the siege of there. These guys are going to come and start the siege of there. We are going to do standardized measures for national commerce income +5, and yes, and we're going to come to our economy, and because we're here, we're going to do harsh taxation, which reduces our research, which will give us that, but whatever. And we're going to do transaction taxation, which will slaves needed for surplus +2. Hopefully that won't do us too bad, but we can see that will help. With that, I don't think I want to push on tributes income right now. So we have that. Now we also need to build a navy. My goal is to get Cyprus, among other things, hopefully in this war. Yeah, it's going to eat up our money. Keep this building quicker. We're going to come up to this port here, and we're going to build one. Now we're going to come over here where we have camels, and we're going to build 2 cameloi to provide some light horse type support for this army as well. Oh, and we're going to slow this down by 1. We need to, like I said, I've been sort of playtesting some of this, and just to let you know, I don't know what's going to happen because I've sort of played in advance, because things, every time, because it was like 3 or 4 times I played a little ways in advance, every time it was considerably different. So, we may face a naval invasion from some of these guys up here. Sometimes it landed over in here, sometimes it landed over in here, and yeah, it could happen in various places, so I do not know. What's going to happen, but it sort of gave me a bit of a hint. I want to get this done fast to get the armies back here, and basically I'm giving up current control of this over here unless it looks opportunistic good to deal with. Like I say, I've played through this a couple, 3 times, maybe 4. One time they sent an army marched over here, we defeated them and then came back. Another time they had a bunch of armies sitting here that was just too many, and they attritioned out, and I went over and defeated them. And other times I just stayed away because they were doing everything smart. But I think by holding this fortress, if they can't get through here, that sort of locks them down. I don't think they're going to come through the Nabateans to come down here, so we are pretty secure because we're fighting a two-front war. Man, I was tempted to do this, play this over, because I think I made the mistake of moving. It was in my earlier pre-recording playthrough. I didn't move all of Bulup's army. I kept about. I mostly built a new army and kept about 15,000 of his troops in Alexandria, and we did not get a war started when the expedition troops, and I also had created a smaller army out here, but we will see. Yes, we are at war. Carthage wants to trade with us for what do they want? Salt, yes, and which will reduce our army maintenance costs by 2.5%, and we'll get 0.6 gold each month for it. We absolutely want to do that. We want army maintenance to be down. That means more coming in, because we not only do we want to build up our army, we also want to build up our treasury. Come on. Now he has at least some cavalry types to deal with his flanks somewhat. Okay, patronage of the arts. A Belisarius is expected to be a patron of the arts. Depiction. Okay. I just don't have the money to do this right now. I would absolutely do this, but I have enough legitimacy. I currently have 100. I can lose 2, I think, without significantly sacrificing any real stability, real someone supporting a rival that's going to really cause a civil war. At least I hope. We'll learn if I'm wrong about that. Here's this invasion force. I went out and battled it once at 4 of my ships to their 5 and lost pretty damn badly. But this time they're coming over this way, so I'm pretty happy about that. Just delivering 2,000 troops, which isn't very much. Yep, you can add a few more. Looks like I don't know if they're going to occupy here or try to battle. But what I've done here is this has max occupancy of 32, or supply limit, I should say. And this is 26, so obviously we would be, well, pushing on that a little bit for some of the supply capability. But if we see them coming for Pilisland, we can start moving our army up there. But if they're just going to conquer over here, we'll let them do that. We don't like it, but we'll let them do that. We're at 42% now for this. Needs to get to 100 and then go through one at 100. I think for it to give in. See, we can't get around. We could move to there and try to march, but well, let's see about doing that, because I want to move this fast. Okay. They want leather, which for some reason, again, I mean, I understand what they're saying. I don't understand why exporting leather gives us light infantry defense bonus plus 5%. I don't know. I don't get that part. I do get that we get money for trade, or a percent from the trade. I get that part. And it gives them a resource. Okay, looting be general. Oh, gentle. Okay, that's good. Oh, well, that happened a little faster than I thought it was going to happen. Yeah. You attack there, here. Looks like we're going to win that battle. You follow along. You march down to there. Okay, so we caught. No. Thought if I clicked right on the. Oh, there we go. Right in the center. Okay, it gives us this. As you can see here, again, we can take a quick look. Here's the die roll element. Here's relative modifier values from leader compared to the opponent's commanding leader. So we have a +1 military skill over him. Die roll better a 5, so we're doing better. And we can see the way the army is deployed. Archers in the middle, heavies, horse. This isn't bad. Paradox does this okay. Didn't have time to finish the first challenge for Field of Glory Empires. That will allow not that version, the sort of limited version for the challenge, but the standard version will sort of take all of this, put it into a randomly generated map that, you know, if it's desert, it's going to be a desert map. If it's mountains, it's going to be a mountain type map. Whatever, you know, that type of thing. Random generally generated map, and then allow you to put the units on the battlefield and command them. So if you can be smart about it, maybe not this army could defeat the bigger army, but if you can be smart about it and do that, I'm really looking forward to that. We just got reinforcements, so they're going to crush these guys. We are victorious. Great. Okay, so now that we're victorious, what we're going to do is we're going to move his victorious army down to here. That gets us a cutoff point. These guys are going to sort of try to mop up the other regions while keeping them strong enough. We also need to. Okay, so they're moving here. It's going to be a battle, imminent battle, so we're going to make sure that we're going to come out ahead. Oh, and if you don't notice, see this little lock thing here. Once that happens, they have moved so far, their movement thing, they can't turn around without actually going to here. So right now I could turn these guys around, but wait for it. Yeah, now that lock comes here. They're committed to coming here. Now I can immediately, if I tell them to come back, it's gonna go here and then immediately come back. But they've already marched far enough that they're going to be entering into. Right in this. Come on. Have this pause now. I want to get. I wish there was a. See, okay, yeah, that's getting to the head of the dynasty. There we go. Right in the center. Maybe I'm just missing it from my clicks. So they've got a smaller frontage. They have some heavier cavalry than we do. See that there. Now we just really overwhelmed them. So this is pretty good. And we are victorious now. Okay, 1,000, 2,000, 1,600. I think we're going to march on our fortified city, them, and I think we're going to march to here with these guys. there. Now you guys come down to the desert. Figure these are going to have to supply less units then. No, you're not in possession. And hopefully subdue. Partially heading out. I don't know. Yeah, let's move there for the moment. Beat up on these guys. Yes, we're victorious. Enemy captured. Oh, good. Okay, looks like we may have done okay on this. You're already here, sorry. Greater frontage is important. So is their generalship and die roll are doing better now. They've just got greater frontage. Looks like, no, well, we may take them here. You know, they've got sort of more. Okay, we are victorious, but we are not staying. So you guys head back. So we broke the siege, and we're skedaddling because we're beat up all to hell. Okay, question of competence. After weeks of nervous looks and smirks at court whispers circling the palace have finally reached the ears of the Balasius, it seems that someone has been spreading rumors and spinning yarns of his unequaled profligacy, okay, an unfitness for the throne. The damage has been done. Now look, we'll deal with this. Okay, we can lose popularity, or we can gain popularity. No one can freely insult. Okay, one of two options. Gains vengeful. Well, we did that option. Did we gain vengeful? I don't think we did. Nope, we did. So charisma's down by 1. Assassination cost is less. Finesse is plus. Okay, well. Don't know whether we want to be vengeful. I thought of being as vengeful or not. Okay, so it looks like we defeated a much larger army, saved our fortified city, and though I'm not going to mess with these guys until we are sort of looking at that, which we're losing a lot more manpower than we're currently getting, which is a real problem. Well, let's take these guys up to there and beat them. Oh, we captured the enemy leader. Okay, the traitorous snake who attempted to demean the name of Ptolemy Soter has been identified as none other than Ptolemy, the eldest son here, who quickly confessed to his crimes. How should we deal this? Forget him. His reputation is ruined. Pardon him. He's learned his lessons. Execute him. Get tyranny. Perhaps he could be won over. Corruption. No. I think we're going to forget him. Yeah. Well. corruption currently has 20 loyalty. No, we're gonna deal with it. Ah, and we have ability for another invention here. I think we're gonna do military tech investment since we're at war. Smaller army, come back to here. Start rebuilding yourself. You guys move up. I guess we'll move to here. I just don't want to have to keep doing a dance with these units because over for these cities, excuse me, because it will continue to destroy their population. Okay, we get dementia. Okay, well, that ain't good. Don't think Ptolemy had dementia. Okay, we've got enough money, so we're going to build some more ships. Yep, they're back to besieging that. They're, oh, they send another army for me. That's fine. Not good, but fine. We'll deal with that. Guys come down to here, you come to here, you come to there. We want to get all of Cyrenaica conquered and then we will annex it basically. Yeah, they're taking some of our pops and they're really going to devastate this area. But this is a useful area that allows us to push into other regions, but is not a critical area. Egypt is our critical area here, and we have that protected. See, our allies from our border state are coming up to mess with it. Other allies aren't doing much to help because they're out here sort of fighting with maybe a bit, protecting themselves from being invaded from big bad enemy. Okay, so they've got that. You come down to here. You come to here. We're gonna see about trapping them here. Okay. Yeah, you go to the desert. No, you go down to that there. They're gonna change their mind. Oh, they're coming straight for me. Very good. Very good. Click on the army itself. His army is smaller. We have him flanked. Even than the numbers, it's the number of units more so than the size, and we just got in more troops. Okay. Now They're retreating back out. And they follow up. Push on them there. Let's see what's happening on the other side of our empire here. Oh, they've already made up for here. Battling. Okay, well, I guess our other allies came up there and helped save the day. Their army has disappeared. You come up and take their last fortified position. You're not in a very good shape to move up. We'll let our allies mess around with retaking our territory there. Down to 55,000 reserve men. Not good. Okay, you guys come up and help with that. You guys head back to here. And here. Okay, who can we put in charge of this? We have a few more candidates. Okay, military. Kindly. Okay, that looks fine. We'll have a kindly guy in charge of our navy. Okay, Ptolemaic Soter appears to be developing a strong camaraderie with Arion Zenoid. Sorry, some of these names are just not familiar to me. Sometimes it can be advantageous to have a friend watching one's back, but it is not too late to avoid the situation. Splendid becomes friends with Alright, after that, encourage spend less time together. No, okay. Oh, Splendid. Well, I don't know. Yeah. I really would rather be developing more of my empire than spending all this money on, well, the big thing we're spending money on are these mercenaries. That's a huge expense, but we didn't have a large enough army to fight a two-front army on our own. Two-front war, I should say. Boy, maybe I'll learn how to talk one of these days. Okay, the Denzians of the shining city of Phacosia have been feuding with their neighbors in Bubatos. As a result, an impressive fortified wall is being erected in quite there. Okay, so we gain fortress in Campus, which I hope is a good thing. Where is that? There's Memphis. These are just occupied territories. No. Siege of Gaza is lost. Okay, well, that's was only to be expected if we didn't do anything about it. Oh, here. Okay. So we now have, obviously having this does affect the maximum city building. So we don't necessarily want one in every city. But that will keep Egypt much more safe because you can't bypass that, it looks like, because even if they come down around the south. So that is a good break to maintaining the integrity of the interior of Egypt. Yeah, run away, guys. Just run away. I'll make up your mind which way you want to run. Well, I waited too long. Well, we want to secure our western flank. And that army is retreating. They've got 3 armies coming after us of various sizes. Messing with our allies. Yeah, it's good that they're doing so because it's messing with them. They're dying out in the desert. Good. Okay, they're now marching on us, so we're going to march up. Change that into imminent battle, likely we're going to win. It's what looks to be probably more units. Okay. One. Envoy from Levantine Power of Carthage requesting leather. Okay, we're already getting the benefits of exporting leather, but sure, we will earn the 56 from exporting it. Yeah, he has a negative from river crossing. Terrain penalty, and he has a better general and a better die roll at this current round, though we now have a better die roll. So we are victorious. Okay, we are victorious. Well, that army is just big enough that I don't know if I want to go after it. You're in fairly good shape. Let's see if we can go after that with them. More than we need. Not more than we could use, but more than we need. Okay, the siege of Medrion is done. Okay, now let's open diplomacy here. Sue for peace. We're going to take all of their territory. Yay! Now, the Cyrenaican, excuse me, elite. After protracted conquest, we have finally routed the Cyrenaican armies, laid waste to their lands, and during the sacking of their capital have many important prisoners, and were taken many of them previously held important positions in the Cyrenaic court. They now languish in our dungeons, awaiting whatever fate we decide to impose upon them. Okay, we can do no quarter. We'll gain 5% popularity. We already have 100. I don't think we can go above that. Banish those of class and put the rest to sword. We lose 0.5 aggression. Aggressive expansion, that's up here. Change each wrong culture happiness. We can see about that. And there's various things we could do. That would be a benefit. We can imprison their leaders and let the rest disappear. We lose popularity. We can pass judgment on important families. We're going to do this mostly just to show you the mechanic at the moment right now. Okay, so here we are. We have 4 great families of Cyrenaica. We can see here his culture is Macedonian, his religion is Hellenic, and we can see the family, presumably all the family. This is a lot of people, head of the family, and you can see that you have researchers, philosopher types, a lot of people in there, and he is the former leader over there. Let's see, very small family, prominence, popularity, loyalty. His loyalty would be 100%. That's an interesting thing. Okay, her family is basically just her. Yes. We're going to give refuge to these guys, because there's a lot of them. We will lose 5 popularity, consists of 37 members. Wow, that's a big family. Now we have 3 families left, and we've lost 5%. We can have the rest crucified, which will give us 3% popularity back. And none of these other families, I think, are worth maintaining. So we're going to crucify the rest of them, basically showing them that, hey, you don't want to mess with us, because if you do, we will crucify you. You come back here. The main army is going to come back here. This other small army here, which has no leader, we're going to move. Well, what's your 16? And what's the 11? Yeah, we're going to move you guys up to here at least. Yeah, 15. That should be enough. Move you up to there. So we now have Cyrenaica. We're now at peace at that end of our empire. We can do another omen. Well, money, manpower. I'm going to save this. I'm going to go with manpower. It's going to reduce our income. We have a decent amount of income. We have a lot of problems with manpower. I'm thinking about this. Stop employing those mercenaries, because now that we have Ptolemai's army coming back. On them. Okay. I want to see what our money is like. Yeah, we're just at plus 33. I think we're going to cost us 90. We're going to do that now. No, we're going to wait a little bit. We're not going to spend any money. We're still slight positive. We need more money. Okay, looks like we're going to lose that. So we'll come down here and let them retreat. Positive. Thought we had horses or camels. There we are. We do have camels. Okay. Here's a fundamental element I think that would show forward in the game. The cult of Serapis. As the rulers of a foreign people, we have not always been embraced with open arms. The Egyptian clergy in particular harbor deep resentment to our Hellenic gods. The Serapis cult mixes a number of elements of Hellenistic and Egyptian religion into a new syncretic faith. By promoting this cult in our state, we could perhaps bridge the gap between the Macedonian rulers and the Egyptian populace. By promoting this small cult to the faith of our kingdom, we might also perhaps use it for the benefit of the dynasty. Yes, I'm going to report. Okay, we can embrace the cult. Wrong culture happiness will improve. Omen power will go down overall, and we convert population much easier. We can embrace that. We cannot bend to the foreign influences. We get better technology speed, or we can fully embrace the Egyptian heritage. Okay. Converting pops and wrong culture group happiness might be a good thing. But, as I talked about before, our goal here is to not be the rulers of Egypt. I know this says Egypt here. I really wish it said something like Ptolemaic Empire, and I'm sure there will be a mod someday to do that, or I will mod it, but this is actually, we have obviously pre-release version of the game, which will have updates before release probably, and probably have updates shortly after it, so I'm not going to bother doing that. So I don't, yeah, and I have a few people that do like my stuff, but periodically complain that I don't finish games. Yeah, I do want to do well, not necessarily entire map conquest, but someday I really would like to do a good serious Ptolemaic conquest. We may not end up doing it for various continuing, just because mods may come out. Bug fixes may change things to the level of not being save game compatible, and they're good enough bug fixes. I don't know. You know what I mean. Things can change enough that I don't know how far we'll get with this, because this is obviously an early look. Standard non-YouTube privileged people, which, man, I've worked for this privilege making all this stuff, so I know. And a lot of the people, oh, you're lucky you get the game for free, and I did. And yes, I am generally lucky in life, that I will admit to, well beyond just being a YouTuber. But I work really hard for making all these videos, and I do, maybe in my own small way, because I'm a small YouTuber, help out Paradox by making these videos. But so yeah, so I did get free access to this. So okay, but because we're looking at not just culture, we're looking at trying to get back to some more of these sort of Greek purplish areas here, and The Serapis might not interfere with that too much, but so we cannot bend to foreign influence. So we are, yes, these sort of little islands of whatnot in amongst the Egyptians, but we're looking outside that. So we're going to pick that. That may have very big influences on things. Well, we have a untitled assign, the Hierophant. Well, pause. I like to pause when I'm thinking about this. Isn't that from the family we just defeated over in Cyrenaica? I think so. But he's 100% current loyalty, so we like that. He's very zealous, so that will help here. And we can see come over here. Because he is not this guy. Okay, so it's a different sort of position. So he's not affecting that, but not directly. Okay, learning on the job, tribal reserves, humane conduct, diplomatic relations. Well, those of you who have watched a lot of my Hearts of Iron series know that I'm a, a structuralist, I'm forgetting the word I'm looking for. But instead of affecting some of these things, I want to get the foundations done right. So technology speed, better do it earlier so it increases the speed of these. Obviously because of various wars and stuff, we didn't do it earlier, but we don't want, earlier is better than later. What was down, okay, here. Freemen, Jews. More Jews. Okay, so this is a Jewish enclave down here, and another Macedonian enclave. Okay. So we're leaving a 6,000 man garrison, which we can always throw a leader on. We are now in a slight negative element here. We have these guys coming with mostly light troops. So we are going to disband this as ours. Basically, we're paying them off to go home and just be mercenaries again. So they're no longer, should no longer affect our negative on the treasury so much. Next month or something, we'll see that. Yes, see now we're back at plus 12. So that was a little more than 12 just to maintain and rebuild that mercenary outfit. Okay. Again, if you can help it, if you can build your own army, don't use mercenaries. And so mercenaries are best used for short-term use. But we also have our population now, we're way low. That's badly low. Okay. Okay, you guys come over here. You're coming to here, right? Yes. And they're marching back through the desert. They're holding in this mildly green area here. Any of these places have the potential for trade that we're not using. Trade routes. Yeah, we have one there. I think from everything that I know, no, we don't have. Everything that I know, we want to do as much trading as possible. Okay, we have an 18 strong navy. Normally I see a 16 strong, what's the guy's name here? I prefer to use that. Antigonid navy that we're facing. Okay, now I'm going to save this game just because if things go bad. Well, actually I think it's time to end this episode here. So this is a good time to save it. So I want to thank all of you for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. If you want notifications, hit the bell. If you don't want notifications and just, want to get the videos when you want to watch them, don't hit the bell. And of course, I really love hearing from you. So you don't know how important it is to YouTubers for you to comment. These small ones like me that get less than 10 comments per video. So whether it's about the game, the period, me playing, my performance, the sound, I'm always worried that the sound's sounding good, whatnot, please post comments. And I also like to know who's watching. So, especially if you're sort of new here, I'd love to know where you're from. Just what country, what region, that type of thing. So, see you next time for more historical gaming.